Last week, Ice Nine Kills ran a promotion for Memorial Day with their merch offering a sale on select styles, and the graphic used was an AI-generated image of Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees having a barbecue together. The band wrote songs about the two slashers, and this was meant as a simple sales graphic, but it definitely was AI-generated. The reaction was instant, and accusations got pretty intense from fans and critics alike. This caused Ice Nine Kills to follow up with a statement the next day. "We are vigorously investigating the disturbing claims that a recent promotional image was sloppily birthed by AI. We solemnly pledge to get to the bottom of this horrific headline-making crime against Redditors. For now, enjoy our new promo photo taken just moments ago." The following image featured members of the band, some oddly duplicated and on the Hulk Hogan vitamin diet, or the vitamins he claimed to take in the 80s, not whatever vitamins he was illegally using, or whatever beer he is shilling now. Many bands are using AI now, and since AI is mostly free to use, or at least quite cheap, many bands, labels, etc. are relying on image generators to do the work instead of hiring artists to make merch, music videos, tour advertising materials, album covers, you name it. It was a few months ago that Bring Me the Horizon was caught in the same crossfire for using AI images on their merch. Let me rephrase, expensive merch. Much of the merchandise that was being promoted by Bring Me the Horizon on their website was not only AI, but marked up significantly as limited edition. My podcast host and I talked about it that week on the podcast that rocked, and the biggest shock was not only that it was AI, but how much the merch costed to fans, where their merch materials were not any more expensive than other shirts and items, and the AI-generated images would have costed much less financially than hiring a dedicated designer. That means a much bigger profit margin. Bring Me the Horizon is not the only band to do this, but it was the first I saw where the markup and exposure for it was so significant, especially for a bigger group. The reason I bring this up for merch is that there is no way Bring Me the Horizon and Ice Nine Kills are going to be the last to use AI for promotion of merch, and they weren't the first either. Bands and artists using AI for various creative and business reasons has been going pretty strong for the last 5 years. A better look at bands and labels relying on AI is looking at just how many music videos were pumped out since pandemic with the use of AI. It wasn't just a trend either. AI was relied on by many names. A cheap, fast way to design a music video without the actual band having to be there. No production staff or set design needed. Just tell the generator what you want and keep building. One that comes to mind is the blob of AI that Disturbed used for the song Bad Man a few years ago. Over 10,000 AI-generated frames from Midjourney were used to make this music video. I also love to think of boomer David Draymond yelling at a label intern to keep making more images, and that poor intern just shrugging his shoulders and having to do it. Then again, the song Bad Man was bad, so it deserves a bad AI music video. I can laugh at this, but many other groups have also used AI for music videos over the past few years, not just back in pandemic either, but even in the past 12 months. Guns N' Roses made a full AI music video for The General, and it looks every bit AI as possible. Some of it looks like it's still being rendered as you watch. I can't imagine Axl cares, but it does show that even the big names are willing to use it. When Linkin Park was putting out unreleased Chester Bennington songs like Lost a few years ago, the music video was all AI. Only that was the most controversial thing about Linkin Park in the past year, yowza. One of the more shocking ones in my opinion was a few years ago with Within Temptation, a band that I think is great, who were pumping out AI videos for their singles just over a year ago. Even when fan backlash was growing, Within Temptation kept chugging along with AI music videos for those singles. Then Serge Tankian did one, and all that he and System of a Down has stood for, Surge has an AI music video. This was enough to make some people's brain collapse like a black star when it happened. I'm still surprised that this was the route Surge freaking Tankian went. The industry is beginning to reward the use of AI also. The Beatles had old tracks and songs helped recreated with AI and had a full AI music video last year. That music video won a Grammy, because it's the Beatles mainly, but also AI is now winning awards that used to be a fully creative field. There's a new argument going around now about allowing artists to be asked permission to use content. Big names have signed on to this. It's part of the fair use idea as well as just trying to fight what AI is doing for generative content, because if AI programs have to individually ask for use of licensed images in AI going forward, the AI companies will have nothing. To read between the lines on that, AI companies are definitely using licensed and private images to make their own images. It's a strong motion and idea, but the clock is ticking, and AI platforms already have so much data to reuse and resource that it's going to be a while before AI has nothing new to work with. It would be good that these AI programs can't use anything new without permission going forward, but they already have roughly everything else saved on servers. There's plenty to work with. We then get to bands and artists using AI for album artwork. This has been a touchy subject for years because this album artwork used to be the main focal point before buying physical media. In the era of streaming, the actual album artwork is less of a priority, so why spend more money than needed on something that is not as important in today's age? The album artwork for Current's latest release, The Death We Seek, was a situation where they originally hired an artist to do the artwork, but the band decided not to go with his design and opted for the AI design. That's a business option to not go with a design from an artist and not pay for something you don't love, but then to go with an AI option is where some got upset. Another recent example is the latest August Burns Red album, Death Below, which was also AI. ABR got some backlash from fans as the AI album cover was not something expected, even though the group said it helps reflect the album message. These are just two of quite a few bands that are working with AI artists. Users, I'm not really sure what the term is, but people that run AI to create images. Is there an example of AI being appropriate for usage? Well, there was one recently that I thought was definitely a good choice. Unleash the Archer's latest album, Phantoma, was not only about AI taking over, but the band used AI intentionally in the creation of the album to see how AI would play the story out. It was a thought-out concept involving AI and what it would do to make a great album, and the writing and the prog story. The band incorporated AI because AI was the subject. Something like that I think makes sense from an artistic perspective. That appears to be a strong exception to the rule, however, as AI is replacing album artwork, music videos, and merch designs. The argument now, why in the world would bands and labels stop using AI? This is exactly what they want. AI pumps out descriptive results fast and cheap, and sometimes even good. What would be the incentive to stop? If your argument is that AI takes over jobs and is not authentic, I assure you that bands who don't have the funds and labels who don't want to spend a lot of money or wait on designs will not care about authenticity or designers not getting work. That especially goes for music videos and merch. Why hire a graphic artist to keep making new merch designs when you can just write out ideas into a text box and AI spit out graphic designs ideas for a merch run? Why hire a production team, director, pay for equipment, take time off the road to record a music video? Why do any of that when you can just have AI make a ton of images for the music video? From the business perspective, AI is the fast, easy answer that will always be appealing. From the creative and personal standpoint for musicians and artists, it's a big problem. I mean, when I first found out about Midjourney, I was having fun goofing off with it, but then I found out how rough it is to run, and it's not the best environmental choice, and it does take away from artists, and it can hold all your data forever, and it uses licensed work, and yeah, you get the idea. I stopped. That was me though. I was just goofing around with it. There are big names with the funds to actually hire real people that are choosing not to. This is where it's going to get rough for a while. I'm not totally against AI either, as AI has proven to have a place in science, the medical field, research, math, statistics, etc. If you're using AI to help organize your calendar, I don't see that as a crime against humanity. But within the music industry, an industry known for not having much of a soul to begin with, why would they want to stop using AI? I'll leave it up to you in the comments. Let me know what you think about the current use of AI now and just about every aspect of the music business. Do you think something is going to change? Because in my opinion, this is going to be going for a while.
I'm speaking quietly because Pearl here is resting during his lunch break in his office. He demanded a new seat, and I can't really say no if he's working so hard every day. Rest assured, he looks tired now, but I promise everyone, he's a very hard worker.